All right, up next we have Brett Coleman Baker, the owner and chief brewer of Urban Artifact. Brett?
Just going. Line them up.
I'll keep this. Get rich in your niche. I said it yesterday. I'm not going to focus too much on it today about our niche, which is real fruit sour beer. Last year, we used 188,000 pounds of fruit. This year, I'm on pace to use 350,000 pounds of fruit. We have a niche, and we're owning it. What I want to talk about today is the first part of that motto, getting rich. It means a lot. It means a lot of different things depending on where in the business you are, what you're looking at. For our employees, it's about what we can provide to them in order for them to grow and be the best people they can be. What culture are we providing? What resources are giving them to them in order for them to grow? We pay for any continuing education they want to do. We provide free health care for all of our employees. We have matching 401ks, and we provide a livable wage for everybody on our staff. These things are important for people to contribute to the company in the way we need them to contribute. For our customers, it's about answering the questions of, why is this beer so expensive, and why is it so fucking delicious? Well, the answer is all that fruit we use. So the easiest way for us to talk to our customers about that is through our cans and through the labels. So all of our cans, we list exactly how much fruit we use per batch. I get really irritated when I personally see we use 2,000 pounds of fruit. Yeah, in what size batch? So we tell you, 30 barrels. Easy enough. So, last part, making money. How does Urban Artifact make money? We use a crap ton of fruit. How does this all work? Well, we have 4 different tiers of beers. The first tier is our quote-unquote value tier. This is $10.99 to $11.99 six-packs. These are all usually citrus-based fruits, so they're a little bit cheaper, they're a lot louder. I can use less, charge the same amount of price. It's about 50% of our current volumes. The next tier up is our Midwest Fruit Tarts. This is where the fruit usage really starts to get out of control. About 2.5 to 3 pounds per gallon of fruit. $11.99 a 4-pack is what we charge. So that means I'm selling a beer FOB for over $40 a case, where if you're selling yours for $9.99, you're maybe hitting $22 a case. So I can sell half the amount of beer and make twice as much money. Or the same money, half the amount of beer for the same money, excuse me. Great for the retailers too, because they're selling a 6-pack is a 4-pack is a 6-pack. It's all just one unit for them. But they're making more money on every single 4-pack of my $11.99 beer that they're selling. Now, the next tier up is our limited, one-offs, rare, every once in a while beers. This is usually fruit that's hyper expensive, like Bathysphere, which is black raspberries. Those are $3.50 a pound. I gotta charge $20 a 4-pack. That's just how it needs to work, but people buy it and they make more money and it makes the retailers happy. I'm running out of time, so we're not gonna talk about our spontaneous beers. In short, get rich in your niche, and our niche is real fruit sour beer. Thank you.
Great stuff. Tom, we didn't hear about the tiers yesterday. What do you think about Urban Artifact's tiers?
I think it makes a ton of sense. I mean, you really should have profit density in whatever you do, and you should be really aware of your margins and how you're going to actually utilize those for the best opportunity as an operator. That makes total sense to me. Tiered pricing doesn't scare me at all. I think it makes a ton of sense, and if you look at it, it creates hierarchy, it creates value, I think, at the end of the day. I don't think brewers do it enough. I think we have a tendency to devalue our brands and just assume that we need to compete at the lowest price point possible. So whenever I see someone taking a hard position and actually saying, no, this is what we're worth, and this is what we require, that to me says, it gives it authenticity, but it also gives me some semblance of buying in that there's a value there and that you believe in it too.
I agree. People will pay for what's good.
So. Veronica, as a brewer, what are your thoughts on Urban Artifact?
Yeah, I mean, I tried this yesterday without, seeing this part of the pitch, and you're right, it's really fucking good. Like, the fruit character is amazing. The one thing that is missing, though, sorry, is the tie to, okay, if your why is you're going to get rich, so you pass that to your employees, and you're going to be a good employer. I mean, forgive me, but I feel like that is, like, good businesses should do that. But, like, a bigger why that you're missing is what this does for American agriculture and farms. And if that was tied into your why, I think it would be a better value prop on why am I spending this money, because it has something that benefits American farmers.
If you have any ideas on how I can fit that on the can, let me know. I'm all ears.
Where are you sourcing your fruit? generally?
A lot of it comes from the Pacific Northwest. Depending on the fruit, we get some from Michigan, some from Maine. Ohio is not a great fruit producing state.
Ryan, there were some concerns yesterday from the judges about the costs associated with putting as much fruit as they do into their beer. Do you have those? Do you share those same concerns?
Yeah, I mean, as a financial person, that was my first thought. At first, it tastes amazing, but then I looked at how much fruit you're putting into each barrel, each 30-barrel batch. I was like, how is he making money on this? So as long as you have your pricing figured out, as long as you're generating a fair margin for the brewery and for the distributor and the retailer, it works. But yeah, that was my first concern when I saw that.
Yeah, we operate 30% across the board for our distributor and ourselves, if not a little higher, depending on the tier.
Gross margins?
No, gross margin is in the 20s.
Okay.
Does that concern you?
No, just curious.
Marty, now's your chance to say it was really effing good.
I was going to say, Carmen
Sorry.
told us not to cuss, and then he talked about the pricing, which is what I'm supposed to do. So and then you walked right in, and I wanted to say it was so fucking good.
There you
So,
go.
How large is your footprint right now for distribution?
80% or so is Ohio. And then we have a couple cities outside of that. Indiana, Detroit, couple cities, Eastern Tennessee. And
And
that's
I
about it.
imagine those are LTL shipments.
Yes. Mhm.
So definitely moving outside of that footprint, you're going to have to look at that cost for LTL going forward, and is there room for this to dive deeper? That would be, the cost analysis that I'd want to do and see where we can dive deeper versus further out, because I don't think this is a full truckload at a time type of thing, but it is effing delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah. What about scalability? Have you put thought on like how does this scale when you work just operationally with this much fruit? There's a logistical challenge there. Is this supposed to remain small?
No, I don't really know. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. A lot of it, we're starting to look into having Octopi up in Madison, contract brew our Gozas, and a couple of our less fruited beers, which will about double our capacity without having to spend a bunch of money and go into more debt. Once we get past that point, I'm not really sure, but we figured it out up to here. I think we'll do it again.
One last question. What's the shelf life of your products? Given the preservative nature of some sour beers, I'm just kind of curious, given the agricultural aspect, do you see any
We do
any
120 to 180 days on for our distributor, but I see people cracking it open a year later and trying to do verticals with some of these beers, and we put Drink Fresh on all of our cans, but I personally find it's tasting best month 2 to month 4 in can, and it holds up pretty well through month 6 in my mind, and then after that it starts to fade a little bit in the aroma.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but well done, Brett. Good job.